You cannot want something for someone more than they want it for themselves. And that's a hard lesson I had to learn, is I'm always the person that wants to help people. I don't like to see people suffer. So when I see that they're suffering, I can give an outlet, give resources, I do that. And it wasn't until I realized that I would do that to everybody and a lot of people didn't want the help, right? They knew they needed help. I promise you, when you tell people that they need help, they know. But they didn't want the help, meaning that they weren't ready to receive it. And, this used to upset me because I used to want people to help themselves and realize they need to change their ways and stuff like that. And it used to upset me to where I didn't even want to help people anymore. I completely shut myself off from people. I isolated. And I had to understand that it's not about isolating yourself. It's not about not saying that people need to change. It's not about not giving people resources anymore. It's about not putting all your energy into helping someone with something that you want more than them. Like if you're telling somebody that they need to get out of toxic relationships, they need to start working on healthy love, they need to start healing, and they hear you, but they're like, yeah, and they're in the same situation, they're not ready to receive that message. It doesn't mean that you can't tell people to stay out of toxic relationships. It doesn't mean that you have to just stop talking and stop giving help. I feel like so many of us get so hurt by the fact that no one's listening, or it seems like no one's listening, that we just try to shut it off and say, you know what, I'm not going to help nobody. But there's people that will listen to you. There's people that need that help. They need to hear you say that. There's certain things people need to hear in that moment. So don't shut yourself off because you're just a natural healer. You heal people. But your job is not to heal everybody. And that's something that a lot of healers and chosen ones have to understand, is that it is not your job to heal everybody. It's not your job to save everybody. You're going to save people, but it's not your job to save everybody. And when people don't listen, allow them to not listen, right? Allow them to go their way, but don't not say it. Don't not say, hey, this is what I suggest. Don't hold back the help. You don't have to do that. When they're ready to listen, they'll listen. Same with you. I'm pretty sure growing up, there was somebody, your aunt, your grandma, that was like, Jesus is the way. God is love. God said this. God said that. And you're like, Grandma, I don't want to hear that right now. You weren't ready to receive it. But now that you are, especially myself, speaking on myself, I'm ready to receive that of like, yeah, Jesus is the way. God does love me. God said this. I can hear the thoughts that, people used to tell me, like, God said this to tell you. God said this. And now I hear that myself. So it's not about just shutting it off. Again, do not just shut off the help that you give. Just understand that not everybody is going to take it. And you can't get offended that not everybody's going to take your help, because not everybody wants it. Not everybody is ready to receive it. And you never know. It could be that you tell somebody something and 2 years later, that's when it finally hits them. You never know. So don't cut off yourself. Don't isolate, because God don't like people that isolate themselves. Because people that isolate themselves, they look for their own desires. They look for what they want out of life. They isolate themselves so much to where they focus only on them. No, you have to speak. You have to allow yourself to help people. It's okay that you're not going to help everybody, but that shouldn't make you feel like you want to help nobody if you can't help everybody. And I don't know who needs to hear that, but that's something that I had to learn. And just understanding that you are a healer. But again, just because you can't save everybody doesn't mean that you're not helping people, that people don't see God through you. Speak the gospel, speak love like God intended you to speak. That's what he made you for. He made you to speak love. He made you to speak his word. Not shut it out and be like, well, they're not listening. I'm not about to keep trying to save people. It's not about that person. You know what I'm saying? That person, you might probably just won't be that person to help this person heal or help this person change. It's okay that you're not that person for everybody. It's okay. But again, don't shut yourself off. So whoever needs to hear that, pray on that and have a good day.